Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. For this video, we're talking about 6.8 Western. So, a couple years ago, when a 6.8 Western came out and it got real hot, just like everything else I normally do, I said, well, what's the cheapest one? And it was Winchester XPR. It probably still is the cheapest 6.8 Western. And I put tons and tons of ammo. I did a big video series on that thing. Never would group good. 1.5 inch group, 2 inch groups. That's pretty common what it would do all day long, no matter what I fed it. I bought tons of ammo for that XPR. I spent more on ammo, probably 2 times, 3 times what that XPR was worth. Never would group. Chalked it up to a lemon, got rid of it, kind of discounted 6.8 Western. Well, I went and got another one. I called my local joint tolerers. I said, get me a 26-inch barrel, 6.8 Western. It's not an XPR. Get me an X-Bolt, something, whatever. Get me a nice 6.8 Western. So I went and ordered this. And I chalked up some coin for this. It's got a gold trigger, for goodness sake. Adjustable this, adjustable that. Yeah, this one was not cheap. But I got all this ammo that I picked up for that XPR just sitting on the shelf. I need to do something with it. And I don't like getting beat. The 6.8 Western beat me. Well, this is a Browning X-Bolt Max Long Range in 6.8 Western. I really like it. My only complaint, just out of the box, is the trigger is a little heavier than I would like. But it's not terrible. But it's got the more vertical style grip. I like that. Adjustable stuff's always cool. I put the... I've been using these a lot recently. I bought these DNZ rings. They had them at my local spot Tollivers. And then I put this really nice Zerotech on it. This is a Zerotech Trace Advanced. Got that Japanese glass and all that. So yeah, I went to the range today. Go ahead and show you the whole thing. It's got a long, pretty heavy 26-inch fluted barrel. I put my Banish 30 can on this one today, which they actually got a sale going right now on Banish 30s. If you ever want to jump into a can game, that's a really good can. I put this on a ton of stuff, and they actually have a sale going on that. But yeah, let's go to the range. I sighted this in, and I dig it pretty good. Real quick, I took this stuff because I have the most of it. This is the AccuBond long range loading from Winchester, 165 grain. All this 6.8 Western stuff is high BC stuff. G1 BC on this is 0.620. So this is like supposed to be like a long range hunting rig, flat. If you're not familiar, the short story on 6.8 Western is it's really a 270 short Magnum. So I'll go ahead and show you one of these. There's the 270 Winchester short mag, which I have one of those in a Browning too. And then you have the 6.8 Western. So it is a short action, but it's a fat case, and they load some high BC long projectiles in it. So it's kind of like a 270 short mag with some heavy for caliber high BC projectiles. Let's hit the range footage, see how we did today. All right, we'll see how the 6.8 Western's gonna do. Got my Banish 30 can on there. And I really hope this 6.8 Western does better than the last one. There's the stuff we got going today. But I already bore sighted it at the house. I'm gonna single feed all this stuff, and we'll just see where we're at. Get it sighted in and take our time and do some groups here with it. I got high hopes for this thing. Take our time and do good, and I'll edit out all the slow parts and just show you guys the hits here. It's on paper, but about 1.5 inches high. I'm gonna go ahead and send 2 more into that group. Bore sight was pretty good on that one. I'd like for these 165s to group good because I've got quite a bit of it at the house. Good squeeze. Where are we at? I cannot see. You guys would see better than me. Either we got pretty near the same hole or we missed by a foot. This could be really good if that hit same hole. We'll know here once we move the scope around. This is all torqued and ought to be perfect. I went over this real good. Well, that one kicked out to about an inch group. Make a little adjustment here with the scoop. Up and right. So then we'll do another group here in a minute. Let's go ahead and do another group of 3 here quick after I adjusted the scope. I just checked the can and it's on there tight, so if we're hitting in that bullseye, we ought to be able to see it. Let's go top left target. Squeeze that a shade left, but it's in the bullseye, so at least I adjusted the scope the right way. I think this one's going to be money based on that. Did what I told it to do. We're cooking with gas now. I may like 6.8 Western now. Got a bunch more ammo to test in it, but man, you hate to waste other stuff when you got one that groups good. But send another one. Good squeeze there. Yep. This is a 1/2 inch or better long range rig. That's 6 without letting it cool, so I'm gonna let it cool and I'm gonna be back. Maybe do at least one more group, but this one ain't never leaving. I tell you that. My goodness. Be back in a minute. That's crazy good. All right, now I let it cool. Everything's all cool. This does have a long, heavy, fluted barrel, but I got high hopes for this. I can't wait to test the other factory loads I have for this, but man, so far, this thing is money. So top right on that same target we were using. I don't feel real good about that trigger squeeze. My hold wasn't perfect, but we'll see what happens. This thing feeds really good, I'll give it that. Well, that was a good squeeze. That was a good squeeze. We'll do one more just for more data, more better. I'll save this target though for my data archives. Good squeeze there, but that opened up to about 1.5 inches. So, interesting. Cans on tight. Doing everything pretty much the same here. Maybe that was on me. Let's do another group here. And we'll average them all out. Good squeeze. Good squeeze. So those were 2 touching. Man, how hot is this? It's not that hot. Let's do one more. Too touching. I'll meet you back at the house and we'll measure these. I like using this rest. This is a Caldwell Rock BR in their rear squeeze bag, but Y'all seem to like it better when I use this style rest than my lead sled. But let's measure those groups. I'll meet you back at the house. All right, so check it out. Right off the bat. Oh man, I didn't measure that group. Well, I did 5 groups of it. Right off the bat, I did this and this. I forgot to measure these, but that's probably about a 1-inch group. I had 2 in the same hole, but then one kicked out to like almost an inch group. Then I did this one, and after this I stopped and let it cool. But if I had stopped right here, 2 in the same hole, and then probably a fluke on me, and then 3 almost touching and a 0.40 inch group, dead on bullseye, I probably would have been like, wow, this stuff is crazy. I love 6.8 Western. But then it opened up a little bit. I did 9 in a row. After I let it completely cool, I came back and did 9 in a row. I got under an inch again, 2 touching, 0.96. I got a 1.48. That's pretty garbage. One of those could have been me. I don't know. And then I got right at a 1-inch group. So it went from 2 in the exact same hole to a 0.40 to pretty much 1 inch, and then 1.5 inch. So if you don't look at that, it's kind of like a, oh man, it's averaging a little over an inch, and that's not that impressive. But the fact still remains, we did this, which gives me high hopes. So I took this stuff to the range because I have the most of this. When I was really getting into 6.8 Western with that XPR, I was picking this stuff up every time I saw it. And this stuff was not cheap. When it came out, I want to say this stuff was like 70, 80 bucks a box. So we're talking $3 or $4 every time the thing goes boom. But that AccuBond long range stuff, I've had some good success with it as far as groups go in the past. I've never hunted with it. But I got the most of this, so I really wanted it to like this. So we got it sighted in. My hopes were really up high when we did this 0.40. That's amazing. At 100 yards, that's good. But I think we can do better. I got 3 or 4 more factory loads of this 6.8 Western. I'm really going to slow down and get a bunch of data. I'm going to save this target and keep it with this thing, and we'll see what we can do. But let me know in the comments down below, if you got a 6.8 Western, which loading do you like? I'd like these to work, or the 175s Browning labeled ammo. But stay tuned. I'm going to find which this one likes the best. We're going to take it long range. I might hunt with it. And I'm going to do another pretty in-depth series of 6.8 Western. It would even be really cool to load for it. As far as projectiles go right now, I'm not sure if I have anything that I would load in a 6.8 Western. I'd have to get some, but hey, appreciate you watching. A big thanks to everybody trying to coerce me to get back into the 6.8 Western game, even though you cost me a bunch of money. But hey, that's what I do, is I make the videos and I learn myself. If you really want a deep dive on the ballistics of 6.8 Western, I've done some videos on it already in the past. Go check them out. I'll put some links down below where you can check that stuff out. But hey, appreciate you watching. I'm optimistic that this thing's going to be awesome, and we're going to do some really cool long range stuff with it. But hey, appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, go check out WHOTEEWHO.com. There's a bunch of cool stuff over there. Sign up for the free newsletter. There's going to be lots of cool stuff coming out on there. You don't want to miss that on. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. WHOTEEWHO.
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cal. It don't make a difference, man. We like